What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Real NBA video. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Chicago Bulls finally moving on from Garpax. So the Bulls have finally made a decision on who will be running the Bulls moving forward, and that man's name is Arturas Karnisovasis. He used to be the GM in Denver, but now he's with my favorite team, which is the Chicago Bulls, and I couldn't be any happier because I've been researching what he has done in Denver, and I have to admit, he has an impressive resume behind him. Being a Bulls fan, I didn't really care who took over Garpax's job because Garpax was, just terrible, and I wanted them to leave for the longest time. So I would have been okay with an average GM coming to Chicago. But as I've been looking up stuff about Karnisovasis, I've become more and more hopeful of the future of my Chicago Bulls, and I'll tell you why. So basically, while Karnisovasis was a part of the Denver Nuggets franchise, he managed to turn a low market team into contenders. And yes, I do know he had some help with Tim Connolly and other people like that, but nonetheless he was a vital part to rebuilding the Nuggets into what they are today. Let's just start with the draft. In the draft, he got players like Gary Harris, Jamal Murray, Yusuf Nurkic, Michael Porter Jr., Bol, and of course Nikola Jokic. So it's safe to say his drafting abilities are pretty good, and that's really huge considering the Bulls have another lottery pick this year in the upcoming draft. And just overall, the Nuggets were able to build a really good team to the point where there wasn't even enough minutes to play some of their pieces, such as Michael Porter Jr. and Bol. Those players have not been able to play substantial minutes this year because they already have a lot of good players on their team. But here's a prime example. So Malik Beasley was a good bench player for the Nuggets for the past couple of years, but he didn't get that many minutes because the team was already set with their guard position. So they traded him away, and he immediately became a 20-point per game scorer with the T-Wolves. That just shows how good the Nuggets were with getting talent onto their squad. And again, Karnisovasis had a lot to do with all of the players and all of the good pieces that the Nuggets have on their team. The Nuggets were able to build a really good team to the point where a lot of good players are not getting that much minutes. Karnisovasis and the Nuggets were able to turn a Nuggets team that didn't know what direction they wanted to go toward after Carmelo Anthony left, but now they turned him into one of the best teams in the Western Conference. So yeah, that's pretty good. And as for Karnisovasis' fit with the Bulls, it's a great fit because he will be able to give the Bulls team a direction. The Bulls have many players that have the potential to become a really good player. Some might say star players in the NBA. And I feel like with Karnisovasis running the team, he will get the most out of every player, and he will actually give them a direction to move towards. Because as of right now, a lot of our players like Lauri Markkanen, Zach LaVine, Kobe White, Wendell Carter, a lot of these players, we don't know what their future looks like with the Bulls, but Karnisovasis will be able to give us at least a somewhat of a view on what these players can become in the future with the Bulls. Karnisovasis was a big part as to why the Nuggets were able to flourish and become a pretty good team with all of their young players. So I think he will do something similar with the Bulls and all of their young pieces. So yeah, that's pretty good. Also, unlike Garpax, Karnisovasis will actually try to sign players in free agency and make trades to benefit the team. He was able to assemble the Nuggets team despite being a small market franchise, but now with the Bulls, he'll be at the helm of a larger market franchise, meaning if he turns the Bulls back into contenders, he'll be able to possibly get a superstar player in either a trade or through free agency to come to the Bulls, such as Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis has shown interest in the Bulls because he is from Chicago. He might even be able to sign some star players in the 2021 free agency class, because if everything goes right, by 2021 the Bulls might be a somewhat respectable team, and some players might want to join the Bulls if they are a contending team. And yeah, just overall, Karnisovasis will be able to get some new players on the Bulls and get some new pieces to the Bulls, and he'll just turn the Bulls around in a positive direction, unlike Garpax the past couple of years. And just overall, Karnisovasis has a lot of credibility throughout the league right now. Daryl Morey gave him praise over Twitter, and he seems to like him a lot. Daryl Morey quote tweeted Wojnarowski. So Adrian Wojnarowski tweeted that the Bulls hired Karnisovasis, and Daryl Morey quote tweeted it saying, "Way to go, Artus." So that's really good. And also, there's been reports saying Rockets GM Daryl Morey, who hired Karnisovas as international scout, he reportedly said that Artus is one of the best executives in the NBA. I'm so happy he is getting this opportunity. He was instrumental in our success. I'm also thrilled he's in the East now. So as you can see, Daryl Morey, who's one of the best GMs in the NBA, has shown a lot of praise towards Karnisovas. And also a lot of Denver Nuggets fans have really praised Artus Karnisovas on Twitter. A lot of Nuggets fans that I've interacted with on Twitter said that he's a really good piece for the Bulls, and he really developed the Nuggets team into what it is today. And a lot of Nuggets fans really are gonna miss Karnisovas, so that's really good to see for the Bulls side of things. As for negatives with Karnisovas, there's not really that much negatives with Karnisovas. The only negatives that I've seen on Twitter and stuff, some people said on Twitter that Karnisovas, like some negatives that Karnisovas did, is that he traded away Donovan Mitchell in the 2017 NBA draft, and some might say he overpaid for Paul Millsap. Those are the two main negatives that I've seen about Karnisovas so far. But those two things, in my opinion, are cherry-picked, and they're both justified because the Nuggets already had Gary Harris and Jamal Murray, so there was no real reason for the Nuggets to keep Mitchell because they already had their guard position for the future, and there was really no room for Mitchell. So I mean, I don't really blame them for trading away Donovan Mitchell. And as for Paul Millsap possibly being overpaid, I don't think he's overpaid. He is getting a little older, so I can get what people are saying because he's on a big contract and he's getting older, but he has been the defensive anchor on the Nuggets for the past couple of years, and he's a really vital piece to their team if they want to win a championship. So I think that's justified as well. So those are the really only two things that are possibly negative. It depends how you look at it. So all in all, as for the Arturas Karnisovas signing, he'll give the Bulls direction, and he'll help a lot of the players improve and just help the team, become contenders possibly, which means that Jim Boylen is most likely going to be fired because he's definitely not going to help the Bulls go anywhere or contend for anything. So he's most likely going to be fired. And I'm just overall happy to be a Bulls fan right now because I've wanted Garpax to be gone and out of the GM spot for so long now, and it's finally happening. There's going to be a new GM in Chicago, and there's going to possibly be a new coach. There's most likely going to be a new coach in Chicago, and it looks like the Bulls are heading in a new direction. It looks like the Bulls are going to, be contenders once again, and it's just going to overall be a really good season for the Bulls next year, in my opinion. I think the Bulls have a real shot to make the playoffs next year. And yeah, I think that the Bulls' future is really bright. But that's really all I had to say about this, topic. That's gonna be all for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Comment down below what you think, and I'll see you next time.